Hey, hi, Barb Iverson coming to you from my home office in Minneapolis. You can see I'm wearing a Viking sweatshirt, but I just wanted to talk to you about Minnesota Vikings yesterday. Um, I really don't know what to say. Yeah, I do. I've got some issues. Yeah. Um, Basically, one thing that was pointed out to me by my medical doctor, who's actually a big Vikings fan too. I've been a Vikings fan since 1971, but she's been a Vikings fan since the beginning of the franchise, I believe, since 1961. So, anyways, so she's got 10 years on me, but she doesn't even watch the Vikings games anymore. She said I had a much better way to spend my Sunday afternoons, and I'm so much happier. Well, yeah, I should take a page from her book, excuse me. Well, one thing that she said that I've really been taking to heart and listening to, seriously thinking about it, the best thing Vikings could do for Adrian Peterson is to trade him. Um, with a quality back like that, he's got to be worth at least 25 first round picks, wouldn't you figure? No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, but a whole heaping lot of something. And that's for Adrian's benefit, because basically the Vikings are nothing but a glorified practice squad. It's obvious. The only reason they haven't been beaten by Jacksonville Jaguars or Tampa Bay Buccaneers yet is just because we haven't played them. First of all, the entire coaching staff needs to be fired with a capital F. Bill Musgrave's been with the system. Now, I didn't even do any research on this, but, you can do the research, and if I'm forgetting some things, or if I misunderstood something, well, then I apologize. It's not like it's, major crime or anything. It's, I'm just sounding stupid. I think Bill Musgrave's been with us for 3 seasons. After the first season, I couldn't believe he got his job back. People have been fired in the 9-to-5 workplace for a lot less than this bozo is doing. Why are all the defenses, even the worst defense, figuring out all of our plays? Because he has the imagination of, this pen right here. Anyways, I got a suggestion. Okay, you're in your standard shotgun formation. Okay, with 2-back set, and I'm just going to give an example of personnel kind of as I see it, but you can mix and match any kinds of these particular players. Now, and if it doesn't work, well, then what's the big deal? It's not anything worse than what we've got going right now. First of all, and one of the big reasons that Brett Favre was so successful in Green Bay, all you have to do is move the chains. Keep moving the chains. Keep plucking down to the touchdown. Now, we're notorious for not getting the ball in the end zone once we're in the red zone. Well, Blair Walsh is pretty darn close to perfect. Maybe we'll just settle for a whole bunch of field goals, because after a while, they add up, right? Okay. And then the key comes to defense, but, well, okay. So you got your standard shotgun formation. Let's just, for example, use Ponder taking the snap. Okay, so he's in the middle, and then maybe you have Joe Webb on the left and Adrian Peterson on the right. All right? Okay, so in this suggestion, Ponder accepts the snap in the middle. Hands off to Webb on his left. Now, both Adrian and Webb move to the right, okay, to get out of the tackles, right? That's where Adrian runs the best, outside of the box. If they're going to put 8 people in the box, get Adrian outside the box. How dumb do you have to be? I mean, how smart? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. Anyways, okay, so we've got Ponder getting the snap in the middle, and he turns to his left and hands off to Joe Webb, coming on the left. Now he's going around the right side, and Adrian Peterson's coming around the right side also. Joe Webb hands off to Adrian, who has enough speed to make it around the tackles on the other side before, because we've got everybody hopefully moving to the right, before they figure out what's going on. And if he can get into linebackers, then, you know, he's out in the open field, and the safeties and cornerbacks, come on, they can't compete with him. So, and if nothing else, it's good for maybe 15, 20 yards. That moves the chains in most situations, right? So that's all we needed to do. That's all we needed to do. He could come up with more. Well, suppose they're not biting on that. They're not all moving to the right. Joe Webb can keep the ball, and Adrian's a good blocker. Joe Webb, Adrian could go out for a short little screen, and Joe Webb could throw it to him. You know, whatever. There's all kinds of scenarios that you could put in there. With the kind of personnel that we have, there's no reason why our offense shouldn't be doing way much better. We've got Joe Webb, Adrian Peterson, Cordarrelle Patterson, Toby Gerhart, Marcus Sherrills, Kyle Rudolph, Jerome Felton, even Christian Ponder is a half-decent running back. Now, I don't even remember all of the other players that can certainly become involved here. Yes, I know Marcus Sherrills is a defensive back. Okay. But you know, he's defending the pass and sometimes can intercept, whatever. He's also the punt returner, right? Cordarrelle Patterson we use on the kick returns, okay? So use them interchangeably. Put Marcus Sherrills in on offense. If nothing else, maybe it'll confuse the defense a little and get a defensive timeout, which is a plus for us also. Mix things up a little bit. Mix and match the personnel. Except for probably Jared Allen, who's pretty much a defensive end. But, you know, mix and match some things in there. Let's get some excitement going on in the offense. You know, and I've said this before. I know I need to send an email or something to Bill Musgrave, although I don't know what good it would do. I just think that he needs to take a hike. And Leslie Frazier, I had high hopes for him when he came in, you know, mid-season, and I had some good hopes for him as being the head coach because I thought that the players really resonated with him. But come on, somebody's got to light a fire under his ass, because what is he talking about? You know, like, oh, well, we didn't do some things very well, and, you know, there are some things that we need to work on, so we'll address those in practice this week, and we'll be ready to play on Sunday. Who's excited about that, huh? It's kind of like when I was a senior in high school, the basketball coach, and I'm a product of the Title IX era, so basically the short, whoever drew the short stick got to coach the girls' teams, right? So we didn't really have, it wasn't much expected out of us, but seriously, like for our first game, our coach told us, well, we're going to be lucky if we win half our games this year. Well, thank you for your vote of encouragement, coach. You know, he's supposed to build somebody up. Well, that's the way that Leslie Frazier sounds. But anyways, I think it's kind of funny that most of the people from the Vikings were a farm team or training ground or something for other people, like Brad Childress is now with Kansas City, who has an explosive offensive team. He's a special teams coach or something like that. And of course, Percy Harvin is in Seattle. Anyway, I don't even want to go into all of the, because I can't think of everybody off the top of my head. But the best thing for the Vikings to do is to let Adrian Peterson find glory somewhere else if they're just going to continue to be a practice squad, a glorified practice squad at that, for the rest of the NFL. Otherwise, we need a different coach, definitely a whole new coaching system. How come Kansas City has only lost one game now this year, thanks to Denver last night? How come that is the case when they have Alex Smith as a quarterback, and their new this year is Andy Reid as the coach? Even Lou Holtz almost would be better than Leslie Frazier, because at least he's got a temperature. I don't know, and it could give Mike Grant a chance, who's high school coach for the Edina football team, or Eden Prairie football team. They had talked about him as being one of the Gophers coach or whatever. I don't really want to make a bad joke, but even give Jerry Kill a chance, because at least we know that he has a temperature, although the stress of being a coach in the college ranks, I think, is detrimental to his health. Anyways, I hate to see Adrian go. He's my favorite player, by far. And I don't know if he wants to go. I know that he wants to be on a winning team, and he thinks that we can be a winning team. We've got a talented team. We need a coaching staff that has a pulse, and it's not afraid to put it out there on the line. I guess that's all I've got to say. I rambled on long enough, but maybe I should put in my application for offensive coordinator, huh? Thanks for listening to my rant, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.